another 15, 20 seconds for me to get in the game and quit.
That sucks.
Felt so awkward. Yeah.
Alright, guys, I think I got everything set, so we're going to get into the introductions here. This is Game 2 in this Best of 5 series for the Against All Authority Pro Challenge. And spawning here in the lower right corner of Entombed Valley, it is the Green Terran. I got the race correct this time. It is Lucifron.
Indeed. And his opponents spawning right above him on Entombed Valley. It is ToD, currently teamless. I want to hear about this too, because I'm pretty sure he has a bar. He's one of the
I've
barcode
seen him.
accounts.
He's been tweeting about Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, he is one of the barcode accounts in GM.
Well, I kind of like this. You know, it's nice talk for these guys. They might not interact like on a regular basis, but I like that there's not BM. And it's kind of like, oh, so you play Heart of the Swarm?
Yeah.
You have a good time. TVC a lot. He says, I think a lot of Terran players really like TVZ at the moment in Heart of the Swarm.
Yep, it's pretty good.
I don't know the change. I haven't played it since the patch. How do you feel about that cargo change, Panda?
It's a step in the right direction. I really like the fact that they're not nerfing the Hellbat itself. Because like really, with a lot of the new units added for the other two races, Terran needs the Hellbat.
Yeah, I feel like the way the Roach pushes are currently in Wings of Liberty is kind of how the Hellbats are affecting Heart of the Swarm.
It's the exact same thing, and like once Zergs know how to defend it, like once Terrans finally realize how to defend it, it won't be a problem. It's just the incorporation of the medevac with speed boost makes the drops ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah, the fact that that speed boost doesn't cost energy, that blows my mind. Like,
yeah.
I'm not complaining because I'm a Terran, but that blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a little bit silly.
Alright, well, ToD apparently will be posting a replay between Maru guys, so if you want to look for that, I guess go follow ToD on Twitter. I don't know what his Twitter is offhand. I tweeted about it earlier.
ToD I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I know I'm following him, let's say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at ToDSC2, so maybe he'll provide links or not, but that will be a good replay.
ToDSC2.
And ToD's a good commentator, too. We've seen him working with Nathanius recently for the Ripmix RSL, so that'll be a treat, guys. If you want a bonus StarCraft game for the day, go find ToD casting that match. But
Indeed.
We'll have to see whether that match will matter or not, because this is Wings of Liberty, not Heart of the Swarm.
I don't know. If ToD goes for... I'd be surprised if ToD goes for one base play here. It looks like he's going to open up with a 1-gate FE. He did not get a chance to scout Lucifron's expansion, as he did not scout yet again. But as we saw last game, it didn't really...
yeah, I'm a little shocked. Like, I know that went really poorly for Lucifron, but very rarely do you see someone not scout an 11-11 ranks and hold it that well. Like, that is... whoa, right?
Yeah.
But 3 early CCs coming up. The bunker's not going to be done in time, but, you know, 4 Marines can kite us out all day. It's not too big of a deal. Anyone who played StarCraft, the Micromaster game, will have done this at some point.
That was so key.
Did he scout the 3rd CC with that?
He didn't scout the 3rd CC.
Oh.
And, like, if he had just gotten a meter maybe forward above that ramp, that would have been...
If he had gotten 1 meter, it would have been 4 gates. Am I right?
Yeah.
Ah, metric system. I'm proud you used it, Panda. I'm really proud of you right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually recently realized that not only America, but the rest of the world has actually dropped CCs in favor of mills, and I was ridiculously happy to hear that, because like from a cooking standpoint, it's so fucking annoying to go back and forth between the two.
Well, metric's so
like,
easy too, because it's all tens, right? There's no like 16ths and 8ths and all that.
Yeah. I still don't understand how like America has such a back-asswards system of measurement, but...
Well, today the metric system, tomorrow healthcare, am I right?
That's true.
I mean, you've got a black president, for God's sake.
Small steps. But the 3rd orbital is complete now for Lucifron. I just want to say that like...
His economy
I really enjoy his gas timing, because he got more units out to be safe against any sort of like early 2-base timings or early warp gate tech off of 1 base. It's nice play by him there.
Look at the difference in income off of just workers too. I mean, like, he's down workers. That's mules, guys. 3 rounds of mules, giving him that many extra minerals. Not to mention, he can just float this over. He'll have his base up ready to go once he's got units to defend it.
Yeah, this makes for ridiculously strong timings. He's probably going to go for double engineering bay off of this, because you can easily support it. We see him getting a 3rd gas already. We should see a 4th sometime soon. And a factory is going down immediately. before add-ons. I like that too. He's incorporating Marauders into his production to be safe against any sort of MC, like, really made this blink play popular, and while it's not all that common on Entombed, it does happen every now and then, especially among European players.
Yeah, well, you
Meanwhile,
have the banana
Todd going for double
hallways.
forge.
Yeah, the banana hallways and that big dead space above the natural really leave it open to blink.
Yep.
I don't know if I know I've talked to Penguin about this, and he loses it every time. But have you noticed Star Station? The map kind of looks like a squished, ironed out observer.
No, I have to give it a thought.
I'm learning so many weird
I have
things.
it vetoed, so I never play it. But I see people play it on stream. I'll have to check it out the next time I load up pots.
Yeah, my two Protoss like fun facts are like Star Station looks like an iron out observer, and Doom pointed out that Colossus have French mustaches. If ToD, yeah, okay, with the Robo I was gonna say, once he gets that down, once their Colossus on the field, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's, you can't picture it, because I couldn't. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? You're crazy. But you'll see it. It'll be so perfect for ToD.
I can't even fathom, like, how this will look, but...
I don't know what French for mustache is, but like, je suis Colossus, I have a mustache, s'il vous plaît. That's the
amusing thing, too, is that we are actually casting... Actually, we have a fair amount of French players. I don't know,
I believe Against All Authority is a French
first origin of our first player, Freeman. But so far we have German, French, and then German, 2 French, and a Spanish player.
And what's really awesome about this tournament, by the way, is they've got casters from everywhere covering this. We got Emil with the Polish stream, we got Maury with the German stream, Ergy with the Spanish stream. And I mean, it's really nice when tournaments, they incorporate everything. There's a little bit of everyone. Of course, us with the English stream. There's nothing more frustrating when you're watching a really good StarCraft and you can't, it's like, what? I don't speak that language.
I actually really like, Grubby was casting in German for a Homestory Cup a little while back, and like, I can understand some of what Take says, but Grubby was talking slow enough that I could understand it all. I was like, yeah. And then you have like casters like Vasicast who like, I will never. If people speak slow Italian, I can get some of it, but even though it goes beyond my head, it's quite entertaining to listen to.
Well, Lucifron, not Italian but Spanish, coming across the middle of the field. He's got all his tech timing up too. I mean, this is going to be a really nice timing for this attack. We're going to have +1 weapons, +1 armor, concussive shells. Ghost will be coming up behind this. I mean, he's not... I feel that this is... The damage he can do here is really limited, but he can do a lot of it.
This is safe though. I mean, remember those games where Freeman had 1 or 2 sentries? This is 4 full energy sentries. There is nothing he can do aside from go for some sort of like ridiculous drop play. He's actually gonna try and bust the front from the looks of it now.
But with these sentries, like that would be a very deadly choice, charging into a Colossus that has this many sentries protecting it. Well, it looks like he's gonna go for it. Does catch a lot of units, not too many though. I realize what I said was completely contradictory, but that's okay. It's StarCraft. We have to be like in the moment, guys. He does snipe off the Observer though. I like that from Lucifron, picking it off before leaving. I mean, it's one thing to pick off the Observer, and it's nice that it gets rid of the vision, but it's more time that the Robo is going to be preoccupied building something that's not Immortals, not Colossus, not Warp Prisms.
Although we do see ToD actually making that switch up to Templar Tech. He's playing this out quite nicely.
Yeah,
nice saturation too, although he is a little bit oversaturated in man. That's something he could afford to take a look at.
And the one thing I really like out of ToD is he's not going for carriers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would have to say
a pretty sound choice. Yes.
he's going the right direction with that.
How many gateways do we have right now? We got 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 gates. It's not a whole lot of warp-ins, but it's enough that if he's going to push, he can...
We should see him take a 4th base and then throw down like 5 or 6 more. Whoa.
Yeah, I'd really like to see him get to like that 13 gate mark.
Where's that probe going? Oh, it's just on Rally. I thought he was going to go place a Ninja Expo. Oh, interesting. He actually... This is the first time I've seen a Protoss player do this, and I may just be completely unwary to the layouts of most Protoss players, but he's actually waypointing pylons across the map as soon as this gets to a somewhat late game scenario.
Yeah, the extra pylons would be great. The reinforcement points, you know, it's one thing to have the forward pylon, it's another being able to flank your opponent with reinforcements.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really valuable to have that info up, especially like for drop defense. It's just so useful. Let's see. And we do have a second starport coming down. This is something that Lucifron does a lot earlier than a lot of other Terrans.
There's kind of... I just want to point this out, sorry, because we were just talking about the pylons before we get off of it too much. There's kind of like blue acne going on in this map everywhere. Look at this. Just, there's so many pylons on the map. I don't know, this is looking really good for ToD for when he even if it's not for a push but for a defend, he can counterattack very easily. Look at, oh my god, this is such a bold pylon. I think this can actually warp on the low ground if I'm not mistaken. If not, it'll be just barely shy of it.
I think he can warp his Zealot as long as he has vision.
Yeah,
is this pylon granted the vision? Yeah, it can.
It's gonna be...
There's a PF going down there at the 4th though, which I really like. Too many players like forgo a PF there and then just get ravaged by a Zealot warp in.
But
like
it's not done just. It will finish, but he will get some SCVs for this. Actually,
although like he needs to stop micro them because the auto target will automatically prioritize the PF. But Lucifron's actually going in here, and he will be able to deny this 4th base. Stimming forward a little bit too much, trying to take out that.
Really nice storm. Actually picks off one of the ghosts.
Yeah. Oh, however, nice positioning by Lucifron. He's going to get out of this scot-free. Oh, no!
Oh, the feedback's on this ghost, but EMP's just as good. And now we go big engage coming in. I think Lucifron's got the better numbers. The Colossus coming from behind for ToD, though. Most of those ghosts are in the wrong part of the army, but it doesn't matter. There's so many Marauders.
Lucifron, he controlled that really well.
But both players kind of lost a lot in that. I mean, Lucifron lost a lot of his ghosts. The Marauder count is really all that's left.
Well, he's actually pushing up here without his ghost support. These units will die.
Ooh, nice
Unfortunately,
pickup,
no blink for ToD, or he would definitely be able to take advantage of that.
And ooh, a Dark Shrine coming, Panda.
Yeah,
something
one behind.
That, oh, thank you, Day 9. But more importantly, I feel a lot of players really neglect this because, yeah, okay, you know, a scan can take care of it, but it's also like you have to pay that much extra attention. When you're so focused on harassing drops outside the natural of your opponent, one Dark Templar sneaking into your base can go unattended, and there's nothing in this bunker. There's a turret protecting the entrance, but not at the 3rd, not at the 4th. Okay, actually, there's one at the 4th now. And ooh,
BM.
Command Center floating right over top of the pylon.
Yeah.
And this Templar can storm once. Will he do it? Nice! Yeah, right on top of the workers, too. Gets 2
mules. He kills 2 mules, just freshly called.
Nice. It would have been nice if we could have got a little more. If that had gone unscouted for like maybe 10 or 15 seconds more, that could have been a little more devastating, but still not a bad storm whatsoever.
I like Lucifron's army composition at this point. He's pretty Marauder heavy behind those ghosts, and his opponent, if he goes heavy stalkers to support his Colossi, he is getting another Robo right now. I mean, he's just going to get shut down by those Marauders. However, he is taking a 5th base. He's continuing just to play this out, as if nothing really went awry. That was definitely a beautiful trade by Lucifron, though. I mean, he really got the better end of that first engagement.
Definitely. Now, the question I have here is, I mean, what can ToD do to really get a good fight here? I mean, you can go for that Protoss... well, hang on. I mean, you can go for that Protoss Death Ball, but, I mean, it's so hard to deal with a Terran army that's going to have so many SVs sacrificed that his army's always going to be bigger than yours. As a Protoss player, you need the probes. You can't sacrifice them the same way a Terran can.
On this map, Lucifron is getting to a point where he's overextending the amount of SCVs he has to the time in the game, and that is like ToD is really on top of his High Templar control. He's just been having really good High Templar positioning throughout this entire thing, but the Colossi are actually getting derped around hardcore. Loses 1, 2 immediately before they do any damage, and the remaining 2 are so late to this fight.
And the Templar in the back are also
High Templar
EMP'd.
gets stormed.
And oh no,
Lucifron like to get it at a crucial time. Oh my god.
This seems to happen a lot for him. Will this work for him? Will it work against him? Adel Scott definitely seemed to have thought it works for him. Oh, cannons up in the high ground here, actually sniping away some of the units in the back too. Colossus,
and they're also drawing fire, which is equally big. He's trying to snipe the observers, but he doesn't quite get them in time. And
wow,
I don't know if
ToD,
it's because of lag or what, but that engagement turned on the flip of a dime.
Yeah, well, I mean, both players lost a lot there. Let's look at the resources lost. It is somewhat even, and the supply count is showing.
Man, that should
those
not
ghosts,
have gone ToD's way.
I don't know. I feel that with the home field advantage, that still would have gone ToD's way. But yeah, he should have taken much heavier losses than what happened.
His positioning initially was like really unfortunate, I think, because of the AI positioning of the Colossi.
Ooh, nice blink. Good pick up one of the Vikings for nothing.
Yeah.
And ToD, he's gonna find Lucifron without an army at the moment, and I mean, it's a small one, but he can't fight head on. This is kind of like guerrilla tactics if Lucifron wants to take a fight right now. And darn it, my cat is on my air conditioner, so after this game, I'm gonna have to be right back.
Yeah, we see just how effective mules are right now. As despite the fact that they're even in worker counts, we have nearly a 1k lead.
Yeah,
solid
that
1k
is
lead here
absurd.
for Lucifron in the income.
We get what, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 orbitals right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 6 mules at a time. That's really nice. We even
And
have
as soon
the
as we
upgraded
see him
range.
get max, that number is just going to shoot up.
Actually, I really like this. With the range of the building armor, Zealot sort of counter warp-in attacks are really going to be ineffective.
Yep. Yeah, and it's really important because you cannot afford to lose your PFs on this map. However, that High Templar is getting ready for another storm here.
Yeah,
6 seconds out.
These ninja storm positions are great. These are the pylons that ToD put down so early in the game, and they're just playing dividends here at the end. Well, I guess not the end yet, but I mean, later on. Pardon me. But okay, the storm is available. What is he waiting for, Panda?
That's actually awesome. I know what Doom's talking about now. That's really funny. I'm not going to unsee that.
Oh, yeah, the mustache. I
French
forgot to point that out.
Yeah.
Wait for these glasses to come down. I'm actually...
I have to tweet at Doom after this game.
I
Interesting incorporating Immortals into his composition at a time when Lucifron is going to try and use the majority of his supply and dedicate it toward Ghosts. I really find fault with this, but we'll see if it works out for him.
Well, SCVs are picked off, and just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, it's these little thingies here on their noses. You can even see it in the portraits a little bit. They don't look like it in portraits, but like the actual unit model.
Yeah.
Not quite Snidely Whiplash Stanish. Now, oh, darn it, I was waiting for that storm to happen. I guess it did go off. I don't know how many mules he picked off, but there's one very low left.
I think it was 3.
I like this. So look at the map. This is getting split in half. This is a split map situation, and this is going to be Lucifron. He's going for barracks on the low ground. He's getting all that extra production that he's going to need, because the reality is he's going to lose his army. There's no question about it. And both of these players, it comes down to who can reinforce better, faster, and stronger. And ooh, where is ToD getting 10 cannons throughout the course of the map? He does not want any ninja stuff.
We're going to see Lucifron. He's going to have 2 phases in this attack. He's going to trade this army, and then he's going to remax on potentially, as long as he has the minerals to do so, pure Ghost. These Marauders, he has a fair amount incorporated in his unit count at this point, but they're really only good until your opponent is remaxing, and you want to kind of let them go by the wayside. I
do want to point out, there's only 2 observers on the field. If he gets those sniped off, I mean, those Ghosts are going to wreck.
Yeah, and that's what these Vikings are for, too. Because he has so many cannons on the map, it won't be as much of an issue, but he really needs to be careful in where he takes engagements, ToD that is.
Yeah, I mean, the observers are going to be so critical, I feel, into this, whatever the engage happens. He's kind of posturing. He doesn't want to leave these Zealots and Dark Templar alone. He knows they're deadly to leave, but he can't ignore this big push coming his way.
Almost getting one of his macro orbitals.
He's got so many. I think there's like 9 on the field at this point.
Here comes the Zealot to the 5th base. Nice reaction time, immediately pulling those SCBs to repair.
And I mean, Dark Templar...
And there is a missile turret in position.
Yeah, Dark Templar do a ton of damage, but that +2 building armor band is so good. Ooh, a storm eating up a lot of those Marauders, but look at the Ghost count. Oh my god, 27 Ghost, Panda. This is... What the what?
And that's not even where Lucifron wants to be, too. I would be really surprised if he doesn't start stacking some Marauders at some point for more Ghosts. And the 2 High Templar in position, they see the mules, they so want to storm at this point, but they just don't have enough energy ready.
Does Lucifron... No, the pylons has gone unscattered for so long. He's been stormed twice at this point. I'm surprised he hasn't looked for it. But I guess when you got that many planetaries, or sorry, orbitals dropping, mules probably doesn't care.
Look, he's just going to take the island. No F's given.
Yeah, Dark Templar, alright, forget about it. Alright, well, these Ghosts are on the front line, Panda. This could be deadly. This could be very deadly. I don't know that I like the Immortals being incorporated into this for ToD. I mean, they're the powerhouse ground units, sure, but, I mean, Ghosts, man. I'm so hung up on the Ghosts. Nuke's even coming out of Lucifron at this point, too. This is going to be a really cool engage.
Yeah, I really, it's something that I don't know really how to deal with this as a Protoss. But like I think Crank has the best way. He pumps out he takes the map, and he just pumps out Colossi and goes mass Blinkstalker.
Yeah, it's really your only
all you
option.
need is one good engagement, and then you just have Gravatic boosters.
Actually, Mass Colossus could work very nice. Actually, ooh, I like this. ToD taking out the sensor tower, Panda. That's a nice catch, because now he can get around a little more undetected. Oh, can he get out of vision? He is slowed. He does. No, but there's the second scan. But I mean, he's doing a ridiculous amount of distraction work with this one.
Oh no, the PF of Lucifron is going to go down to the entire army of his opponent.
Yeah, I mean, Colossus, if he can catch Lucifron at one certain moment, get 3 or 4 volleys off of the Colossus, those ghosts will melt. But a straight up engage where Lucifron controls what's happening and where it's happening, it's going to definitely go in the Terran favor. Now here we go, Panda. Lucifron is on the hunt. He's on the prowl. EMP is going off.
I'm interested to see how ToD fares in this fight, because Lucifron, I think he has too many Marauders. Those, I mean, that's a lot of supply invested in Immortals.
Ooh, where's this first nuke come down? On the cannons, I like that. We saw this earlier today.
He's just going to slow push. Yeah.
And I really like nukes. Like, the biggest thing about nukes, in my opinion, is not the damage they do, but the zoning that they cause.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're going to force ToD to fight in a really unfavorable position with nukes.
Absolutely. We saw Hero Marine using them to that effect earlier on. And Observer does get picked off, which is very, very big.
Yeah,
still have
Templar
3
too.
Observers on the field, though.
I do commend ToD. He tried to get in there with Dark Templar. He got one of the ghosts, but
yeah,
that was kind of it. Another one coming in here. Forcing a lot of scans. Second nuke coming down. The army is out of position, Panda. He
Storm
knows
does
where
go
it
down
is.
trying to pick off that ghost. It is unsuccessful.
Oh, another storm. Not even, actually, the ghost. How is that ghost?
Oh my god. It's like barely out of range. I think
know,
that
the
was
storm.
like 1 pixel off.
Yeah, that was like the edge of the storm button. But okay, here's that slow push you were talking about. ToD cannot engage this. And if he lets Lucifron just nuke all day, he's going to lose the base. I mean, he's got 3 other bases. It's not a big deal to lose this one, but it's still a loss.
I mean, if you're a Terran player struggling in this matchup, I highly suggest that you use this strategy. I have very good success with it, and I think it's literally the best way to play late game TvP.
Yeah, just get a hell of a lot of ghosts, you're good to go.
Yeah.
We got 4 more orbitals coming in here too, Panda. This is ridiculous coming from Lucifron. Now, nice, beautiful storms actually coming out of ToD for this. But that, oh, the Nexus goes down. Another nuke
Observer
coming
is
down.
in range. The nuke does go down on the majority of ToD's army.
Oh, this is not looking good for ToD, Panda.
Be segmented off because that was an interesting nuke.
And another nuke almost landing. The ghost does get picked off at the last second.
He needs
But
to close
no!
the there is no.
The nuke lands! I thought the ghost was picked off! Oh my god, those are some amazing nukes from
ToD's army
Lucifron.
is just getting ravaged at this point. However, he does have a ridiculous bang. 4 Colossus are in production right now.
But I mean, he's going to
And
lose
yet
his
another
income.
Templar gets
The
sniped off before it has storm.
The third base is almost gone. The main, the natural mind out. ToD can't lose these bases. He's got a massive bank, sure, but that's going to run out with like 1 or 2 reinforcements.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Lucifron, he's at 33 SCVs right now. So his army supply is pretty big. 135 to 91.
When we're
However,
done, when we're done with today, I'm going to send that nuke off to IGN and hope they they make a thing of it. That's pretty nice. But Ghosts here, there's nothing to detect them. The Zealots are spread thin. There's nothing they can do. The army is just taking out this base, and Ghosts, those elite units, I see why the Zerg wanted to make Kerrigan a thing, because they're so good.
I don't know, man.
Looks like there's
This
a bit...
has been...
Yeah, this is... I don't know.
Those two nukes just, like, killed 60% of ToD's army before the engagement really even occurred.
Actually, Panda, look at this. We got the Colossus pushing across the map, and as you said, with 4 in production at a time, he's just happily pushing across the map at the moment.
And the Cloak Ghosts are going to be able to deny this entire army because there's no observer with it.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. This is Cloak Ghosts being abused at their finest.
Yeah. However, he needs to be careful about losing those orbitals. He does not want to lose any of his macro CCs. They are quite important to him.
Actually, Lucifron's in the same dire situation where ToD is, where he's losing his income bases. But Lucifron doesn't have a bank like ToD does, Panda.
He needs to pick up those orbitals, man. That's what's keeping him in the game.
Oh, this is actually really bad. ToD coming with a beautiful counterattack. This is probably the best possible counterattack you could hope to go for. As both these players are now without mining, the income is virtually non-existent for both of these players, and they really need to be able to remax. But now ToD's kind of locked himself into a really unfavorable position. The Viking count is still large, and there's no anti-air, Panda. There's a couple stalkers, but it's not going to be enough. This is looking really good for Lucifron, but ToD he's got the supply advantage. He's got the supply advantage in spades. And only 12 workers
However,
for Lucifron.
those Vikings are pretty weak, and the stalker count is actually getting up pretty high. Did the observer get picked off, though?
Oh, look at these. Almost all the Vikings are picked off at that forward blink. Very nicely done. ToD.
No, the obs is still on the field.
Oh, can ToD turn
However,
this
it's not
around?
with the army right now. These cloak ghosts are going undetected.
Cloak
ToD
ghosts.
retreats.
Oh no. Can't. Oh, I would almost wish for ToD to like start attacking his stalkers for the splash damage effect or something. But I mean, really, what can he do? He's got to wait for the ghost to
Here
run out of
comes
energy.
the obs, though, and Lucifron just lost so much supply.
He snipes off the obs immediately. And
What has
Lucifron.
the damage been done? ToD's army supply is 2 times that of his opponent.
And I mean, there's no workers on the field for Lucifron right now. 12 workers. Sure, he's got mules, but this is one single base mining panda. ToD has got the middle of the map. He's got that northern of the map. I think ToD, from being in a position where I quite frankly was counting him out, may have just brought this back. Look at the Colossus count. This is absurd. 12 Colossus on the field. I don't know, Panda. I mean, there's the orbitals. He's floating them around. His bases are going to get reestablished, but will it be in time? Because he can't produce anything right now. He's got a massive gas bank, but that's it. There's no minerals for Lucifron.
Yeah. And I mean, orbitals will only get you so far. He has 10 of them on the field, but his mineral bank just got eaten up so fast. And this is what I was talking about. Crank rolled me on ladder with this. You just get a bunch of Colossi, you get enough stalkers to pick off the Vikings, and then you sit there and you laugh.
And Lucifron wanted to go for that middle base, finds out that ToD's been mining from it. That's not a good feeling. That's when your heart sinks. Oh, and now here comes, he's going to see tons of red dots coming on the map through that sensor tower. Ooh, where's that nuke going down? I heard it.
So many Colossi. It's like you never see this in a game that's not a PvP.
No, this is ridiculous. 16 Colossus. I mean, this is... You know, we were talking, how can ToD do this? Well, you were right. Just get a stupid amount of Colossus. Now, if he can get caught... Where's this nuke? I'm looking for it. Okay, at the... Oh, he's been...
Another orbital dies. And he really can't afford this.
Yeah, I don't know. The nukes are being used to sort of pick away at this base, but really he needed it for the army. If he could have caught ToD...
actually scanning his opponent's bases right now. That's like desperation.
Yeah, I don't know. If he had like, it would have been difficult to do, but if he landed nukes on these Colossus, this game could change, but now he has no nukes at his disposal.
Yeah.
And ToD, I think Panda is going to get Game 2 here. It's hard to think that this is only Game 2, guys. Vikings are doing what they can,
down
but
on what few Vikings remain, but the Observer was sniped, actually.
Ghosts are going to run out of energy
ToD has to
eventually.
back off here, and he's losing so much supply in his Colossi.
Oh my god, this is another back and forth situation, and these are... I mean, the thing is, these... Oh, don't lag out.
Could you imagine if that was Lucifron?
Oh my goodness. But
like MKP creator version.
there's that Observer back on the field. He's got to snipe it off. He needs to get that Observer, Panda.
However, he does not have any ghosts left with Cloak Energy. There's the big game.
Oh my goodness, what a game. I was sitting on the... Like, there's not a lot of times where I'm, like, hunched over watching a game, but I was, for all intents and purposes, literally on the edge of my seat for a lot of that. Oh, Jesus. Well, ToD tying it up, basically, effectively turning this into a best-of-3 now, guys, and... I don't know what to say. That was really well played by ToD, is what that comes down to. Like, really well played.
Yeah. It's, the decision to go for counterattack there was the game-changing moment. Like, Lucifron, look at the army value tab. That's what happens when you F up an engagement one time with that composition. You cannot afford to miscontrol or have a little bit of, like, hesitant decision-making.
Yeah, you guys can see, like, look at this. The entire game. You don't even need to know StarCraft. You just know, oh, the green line was doing better than the blue line until a point.
Yeah.
This is like the stock market crashing.
I feel that, in addition, Lucifron admittedly did not have enough production structures to match his economy. He was sitting at 10 racks, and this is, like, late game. It was a 40 minute game,
40-minute game.
39, 40.
I thought we were going to have a really short cast today, by the way.